If not, I'll get back to work. Um. Summer vacation is 78 days long. If we calculate 7 times a day, you owe me a total of 546 times. Do you want to settle the debt all at once? Are you kidding me? Even the male protagonist of a hentai anime would have to kneel down if he came here. Even with light magic, he would find it difficult to withstand such a massive drain on his magical energy. Perseus could hardly help but look troubled. Helen chuckled softly. Oh dear, let's just pay in installments. After all, I'm not some kind of devil. She better not be. Since they've been so lenient with you, why don't you stay up tonight? She better not be. As she said, she kept her word and only let Perseus, who was suffering from back pain, leg cramps, and other ailments, go home the next morning. The following evening, Winnie, who was kneeling before Perseus in the grove of trees on campus, looked up and asked, Perseus, are you going back to your hometown for summer vacation? Perseus replied absent-mindedly and perfunctorily. Then, let me go back with you. Otherwise, how lonely must you have been for the past 2 months? You're talking about yourself, aren't you? Winnie blushed but didn't deny it. She lowered her head again, her gaze fixed on Perseus, and smiled alluringly. As long as you take me with you, you can do whatever you want. No, Perseus said expressionlessly. Why? Winnie exclaimed anxiously. There's no reason, Perseus said calmly. Sometimes I feel that our relationship is still too twisted and abnormal. It's going to take this time to calm down and think things through. You should also reflect on yourself. Look at yourself now. What man would want you in the future? If nobody wants it, then nobody wants it. It would be troublesome if no woman for the rest of his life. Although this woman is an absolute beauty in every sense of the word, except for her brain. He admitted that this summer would be absolutely crazy if he brought her along. The problem is that he wants to run away. What will he do with this woman after the summer vacation? Carrying him along would be a burden, since he didn't have the time to think about such things while on the run. Sending her back to the capital might reveal his whereabouts. Killing him to silence him would make him seem inhuman. The key question is, how will Ivissa view this? Weighing the pros and cons, he remained unmoved despite her various temptations. A man who is destined for great things must never be controlled by his lower body. No matter when or where, rationality is a successful man's only true friend. Enough with the nonsense. Perseus snapped impatiently. I said I wouldn't take you, and I won't. Don't try to be unreasonable, or go find another man. I'm not going to put up with this. Okay. If you don't want to bring it, you don't have to. Don't be angry. Perseus didn't reply, but simply pressed her head down again. Chapter 1:10 The plan has changed. Perseus, are you going back home for summer vacation? Luna asked. This time, he and Luna met on the rooftop in the same old classroom position, leaning against the wall and basking in the sun. Yes, Perseus said. I was hoping you'd spend the summer with me. Luna couldn't hide her disappointment. It's just a temporary separation. There's still a long road ahead. Hearing him say that, Luna seemed to realize something. Her face first turned red, and then she smiled. Are you staying in the capital, or going somewhere else for the summer vacation? Perseus asked. Dad said he'd take me to see our family's fiefdom. How about it? Want to come with me? Luna was still not giving up. Maybe next time. He could never leave Ivissa alone. He would take her everywhere he went. The lands of the Luna family were formerly the property of the Ivissa family. He was afraid that the sight of the place would trigger her painful memories, so she absolutely could not go. Besides, he's going to flee, so he absolutely can't have too much contact with these people he knows during this time. Otherwise, the chances of a successful escape will be greatly reduced. All right, but you can come to me, Perseus said. Really? Luna was delighted again. But I don't even know where your hometown is. You'll find out if you ask Helen. If you want to come find me, you absolutely can't come alone. The road is too dangerous. You have to come with Helen, understand? Understand. Luna nadi rapidi. Luna, while I'm gone, you have to listen to your old man. Eat more food and meat to grow stronger. Even if you don't see me for a long time, you can't be sad. You have to be happy every day. I'll come back to find you, okay? Poor little Luna had no idea how long he meant by a long time. Unfortunately, he couldn't tell anyone, so her sadness was almost inevitable. Hopefully, his girlfriend will be strong enough to calm Luna down. In this respect, he couldn't fully control the situation, so he could only choose to trust Helen. However, at least for now, he and Luna can still be together. So, let's put all those messy thoughts aside for now and keep basking in the sun. Perseus, once summer vacation is over, I'll be a year older. Luna suddenly spoke, her tone carrying a special expectation, as she turned to look at him shyly. Perseus smiled and patted her head. He really can't live without this silly little dog. Perseus didn't know many people at the academy, and he had even fewer to say goodbye to before the summer vacation. Jerome is one, but there's not much to say about him. Jerome will be returning home in a year, and they can easily meet somewhere in the kingdom of Infero then. They'll have plenty of time and opportunities to say whatever they want. The same goes for Miri Farah. She can't escape. He was determined to have this angel sister. After that day, she kept avoiding him, even changing her seat in class, as if she was still holding a grudge about something. I don't know if we'll even be able to exchange a few words in the next couple of days. He might be a little sad if he couldn't answer. Andre, forget it. The two were never really friends, and after their confrontation in front of the emperor, they completely broke off all ties, making it impossible for them to remain friends even if they wanted to. Although he thought Andre was a good pawn, he was too lazy to waste time and energy maintaining the relationship if he couldn't use him. Let him be. As long as he doesn't resort to any underhanded tactics or forceful seizures of Ivisa, he won't bother with this crown prince. Lovia remained indifferent to him, as always. In the last few days, he didn't want to play any tricks anymore, and he went up to Lovia and struck up a conversation as soon as he saw her. But Lovia always ran away as fast as she could, as if she were avoiding a plague. Although Lovia's affection for him might be negative, he wasn't too worried that those long legs would fall into someone else's hands during the years he was away. Because Lovia's favorite man is Andre. To say I like it is actually a bit of an obsession. A proud woman like her, who considers herself extraordinary, always assumes that whatever she sets her sights on is rightfully hers. But Andre only had eyes for Ivisa and wouldn't even glance at her, which was something she couldn't accept no matter what. Therefore, she was determined to win him over no matter what. She wouldn't give up until she achieved her goal. As for how much of it is genuine emotion, that's beyond his comprehension. Even if their love is truly as deep as the sea, it doesn't matter, since Andre is just like her anyway. In a sense, these two are truly a match made in heaven. In short, Andre will not give up his obsession with Ivisa, and Lovia will not give up on him. The two will remain locked in a stalemate, with no room for any other man to intervene. He was happy to see this, so it wouldn't be too late to continue his pursuit of Lovia in a few more years. Besides, he also had Miss Helen to help guard Miss Lovia's crotch. Believe in true love, and there's no need to worry. Katie didn't care at all. Katie wants to make a name for herself in the Empire and won't go with him. So even if she wanted to take him with her, she couldn't. He valued Katie's will and ability more than her physical attributes. In terms of figure, she can only narrowly beat Luna. There are too many substitutes for a pretty face. In terms of personality, she wasn't his type either. Ivisa is cold on the outside, but warm on the inside, while Katie is emotionless. In Miss Katie's eyes, the only thing that matters is achieving success and making a name for herself. Everything else is just a stepping stone or a stepping stone, even her own body and feelings. While this type of person is easy to manipulate, it's almost impossible to make her genuinely fall in love with you. Although Perseus was lustful, he still valued relationships. He cannot accept that his woman has no feelings for him. Without feelings, even the most beautiful body is nothing more than a pile of rotten flesh. Therefore, as things stand, Miss Katie can only be a tool. Tools are just tools. Use them if they work, and leave them aside if they don't. There's no need to take them too seriously. Anyway, he didn't need those 600 gold coins, so he just considered it a good deed. Perseus originally thought these were all the people he needed to say goodbye to. But even the most meticulous plans can have flaws, and he forgot one. Perseus, are you going back to your hometown for summer vacation? The dog emperor asked in a friendly tone. Yes, I've been away from home for so long. I want to go home and see my parents, Perseus said. You are a filial and good child. I originally wanted you to continue working in the capital to select concubines, but seeing how much you miss your hometown, I couldn't force you to stay. Thank you, your majesty. I will continue to work in my hometown. There's no need to be too eager. If even the great capital can't find a beauty that His Highness the Crown Prince desires, then these things really do depend on fate. You should just enjoy your summer vacation traveling around with Ivisa. We can discuss work in more detail after the summer. Without realizing it, Perseus felt a chill run down his spine. Perseus, you'll be here on time for the start of the next semester, right? The Emperor asked kindly. Dog Emperor. Yes. Perseus left the palace and headed straight for Winnie's apartment with a blank expression. When they broke down the door, Winnie was still busy in bed. You scared me. Why didn't you say anything when you came in? Winnie quickly pulled the blanket over herself. You're coming with me tomorrow. It's a holiday, Perseus said. Winnie was taken aback. Didn't you say you didn't want to take me with you? The plans have changed, and I suddenly think that bringing you along wouldn't be a bad idea. Winnie laughed, then looked away with a haughty air. Oomph. You think you could bring me here or not? What do you take me for? Are you coming with me or not? Perseus frowned slightly. I'll go with you, but only if you beg me, Winnie said smugly. Perseus was silent for a moment, then laughed, closed the door behind him, and forcibly dragged Winnie off the bed and slammed her to the floor. After a long and earnest pep talk, Winnie rolled her eyes and changed her mind. Chapter 111, Leaving the Capital. After countless students, longing for home, eagerly awaited their departure from school, the moment finally arrived. A large number of horse-drawn carriages drove into the academy, carrying students from other places back to their hometowns. They loaded their bags and packages directly onto the carriages. Some students were busy moving their luggage, while others were busy saying goodbye. The scene was noisy and bustling, a lively and bustling one. Perseus also spent a lot of money to hire a carriage. He didn't have much luggage, only Winnie. Ivisa and Katie are companions. Katie's decision to follow surprised Perseus. She could have gone to the fiefdom with Kutu, but she refused. The old man, oh no, I mean his father-in-law, Lord Kutu, is quite disappointed. Perseus didn't care. He was already on edge enough during this escape, and the Emperor's demand that he report on time completely dispelled his idea of running away. Everything needs to be reconsidered to ensure everything goes smoothly. Since we're not going to run away, what follows is just an ordinary summer vacation. He brought Winnie along, so what's wrong with bringing Katie too? He could even take Helen and Luna with him if they wanted. But since he had already said those things, it wouldn't be appropriate to change his mind at the last minute. Ivisa reacted coldly to both Winnie and Katie and got into the carriage early on by herself. Although Winnie looked longingly at Ivisa, she knew that the other woman would not pay any attention to her. Not wanting to be disliked, she could only talk to Katie on the side. Perseus stood by the carriage, idly observing the expressions on the faces of the people around him, not in a hurry to get going. He was waiting for someone. I don't know if I'll be able to wait that long. Anyway, he'll leave with his men in another half hour. Mary Farah still came. She walked quickly through the crowd with her head down, glanced at him briefly, and then lowered her head again. Your Highness Mirafara, may I ask what brings you here? Perseus smiled. Mary Farah looked at him, biting her lip, as if she didn't know what to say. Suddenly, she took 2 steps forward, stood on tiptoe, and gently kissed him on the lips. Perseus was momentarily stunned and didn't react. I trust you. Mary Farah hurriedly turned and left, quickly disappearing into the crowd. Perseus touched his lips and couldn't help but smile. Although it's a pity I didn't get to eat it, it's still a pretty good improvement. Turning his head, he found Ivisa staring at him expressionlessly from behind the sedan curtain. As soon as he looked over, the sedan curtain was lowered. It's time to go. Perseus walked over and greeted Winnie and Katie, who then got into the car with him. The two of them looked strange. Katie is all right. She usually doesn't show any expression on her face. That Winnie the Pooh. Wow, that's weird. I don't know what they talked about, but summer vacation is long, so there will always be a chance to find out. The carriage set off in a direction outside the capital. The car was quiet at first, with none of the four speaking. But gradually, Winnie, the chatterbox, couldn't control herself anymore. Perseus, don't you have an older brother? Why don't you go back with him? Winnie asked. Her mentioning it reminded Perseus of it. Gil. It's been a long time since I've seen it. After that incident, Gay disappeared from his life. But that bitch should still be alive, because there haven't been any rumors of deaths at the school recently. I wonder how he is now, and whether he has recovered from that blow. If not, that's fine. If so, then it would inevitably bring a new blow to his good second brother. We're all adults. There's no need to go everywhere together. He knows his way home, Perseus said. Oh. Winnie then looked at Ivisa. Ivisa, are you hungry? How about I stop the car and buy you something to eat? That stinky woman. Thank you, I'm not hungry, Ivisa said curtly. Winnie blushed instantly with excitement and unconsciously squeezed her legs together.